Hi everyone, welcome to Mariposa Mandalas. I'm Padmalaya Mariposa. Today I'm going to show you how to do a very simple art therapy technique, or some people call it art as therapy. I am an art therapist myself, and I used to work with children of all ages before I became a mom. And I'm also an artist, and I've decided to share this kind of simple process with people. I have a little bit of a dry, hoarse voice today. I'm a little sorry about that. I was salsa dancing last night, and it's very loud there, so when you talk to people, it strains your voice. So I hope that's not really a problem today. And we are having a sunny and cold and windy day here in Cleveland, and it's so nice to have the sunshine out, even though it's cold. I'm really curious where people are watching from, if you happen to want to share where you live. And let's get started. I'm going to do similar to what I did in a recent video where I showed this, and start out with a scribble technique. And I'm going to just use black because I want you to be able to see it. And I wanted to show you that I have this piece of basically kind of scrap paper that I was using to test my markers. I have a giant box of markers, and probably a lot of them are bad. And actually there is a very short, like 15-minute video on my channel I made a few days ago that shows how my cat was helping me when I was doing this. It's called Art Assistant, if you want to look and check that out. I will try to remember to link it in the comments. But I was just checking my markers, and I had this big piece of paper, and I was gonna set it aside, but I thought, you know what, I can just do the scribble on here. And I'm showing you this because I want you to realize you don't have to do anything formal with any of this. You can have a journal that's a special book, or just use scrap paper, basically. It can be small paper, big paper, whatever feels right for you. Markers, colored pencils, even just a ballpoint pen if that's actually all you have. I do advocate color if you have it available. I think just something simple in a drawing material, though, is what I recommend most for what I'm showing you here, not paint, because you want to go quick and easy and make it simple. So in this scribble technique, this is just what I did before. You start by going around the outside of the space to kind of make what I call a holding space. And this is for just getting out that sort of excess frenetic energy. Oh, my cat is going to help again. My assistant. Hi, Verily. Hi. And it's also to get your energy flowing. Whatever you feel resonates for you. Or maybe kind of both of those combined. And you just keep going, and you go fast. Don't lift the marker up off of the page, and you're just moving. And you do this for a minute to 5 minutes, say, whatever feels right for you. And just with this one color, and then stop. So I'll show you how mine looks. These are really fun. Sometimes they're fun to just have around by themselves. I used to actually hang these up in my college dormitory because I was an art student, and it was fun. So there's that. Then go to, this is a very large paper, but again, any size. This is just what I happen to have handy. I do also like to do some kind of border. I had mentioned before that usually I end up doing the border at the end of my artwork, But for this art therapy technique, I feel that it's nice to sort of frame it in to start, to give yourself that nice, kind of making a special space for what you're doing. So the idea I want to have you try with this is to think of an affirmation. I had not ever done affirmations until recently, and I thought they were kind of hokey or corny, but then I actually started trying doing them, and I found out that, wow, these are actually helpful, and I really like it. So that's the suggestion I'm giving to you on this, is to think of an affirmation you want to give yourself, and use color and lines and the kind of lines and the kind of movement, the kind of shapes, abstract, that represents that for you. And this is just quick and simple. It's nothing formal. You're not trying to make something you can hang on the wall. You are not getting graded. It's just something as a representation for yourself. And if you happen to like it, yes, sure, you can hang it on the wall. So my affirmation I have decided to do, which is something I'm really working on in my life. And there's probably 1,000 affirmations, right? But the one I chose for myself today is that I am organized. And I would like you to choose whatever affirmation is what you feel for yourself, coming from inside yourself. Really try to feel inside yourself, not in this kind of overthinking mode. What just is more in your heart or in your soul that you want to affirm for yourself? So start out. I gotta do my border. I like, one of my very favorite borders is just a squiggly line. And I'm using blue because that's just the color I feel to use. And sometimes I like to do more decorations on here, like put little dots or other kind of little squigglies or swirls. I have my little things I like to do. You'll come up with your own. You can, in essence, kind of follow my pattern as a place to start. If you think, well, I don't know what to do, you can totally just follow this. But if you have your own thoughts, then definitely do that. So I might go all the way around, but for right now, I'm just going to stop there. Those dots might not even show up very well. So the next thing is to do your circle. I've explained before, you can use some kind of template, but you totally don't need to do that. So just make a circle. And I want you to see that you kind of want to not be perfect. It's not about being perfect. And that in itself can be part of the process for some people. And I'm like that too. I'm kind of what I call like a recovering perfectionist in some regard, as far as art or even certain other things. So the other thing I like to do next is to find the center. Basically just, kind of guess where that center seems to be to you. Guess I'll make this bigger so you can see it. And then just do your design, whatever it is that came to you, and just think of doing this very quickly. So I kind of have a little advantage here in that I was thinking about this before I made the video, but I had this idea to make these circles, but kind of in like an organized pattern. I like the idea that it's kind of a curved line, has some kind of softness to it, is what my thinking was. But it also has an organization to it. I really like curved lines myself. I'm not, super into like the kind of straight lines. I think maybe for me it's kind of a masculine feminine thing. But again, do whatever feels right for you. And I don't know if this pattern is even going to work out because I wasn't counting, but it's just giving the idea of an organization, because that's my affirmation. So really, actually, I could leave this like that. I could add another color. I can add some more circles. And so you can go pretty quickly and make it a little sloppy, let's say, a little bit, you know, it doesn't have to be super neat. And I think I would like to brighten this up a little bit. I have some pink here, so I'm going to add that. Let's see if that's visible. You don't definitely even need to do this much color. I just wanted to brighten it up a little and give it a little more focus in the center. And actually, one of my other favorite things is to make a border around the edge of the mandala. If you feel like it, you can do that. So there's just one idea that came to me. And again, make yours however is right for you. And lastly, a very important part of doing this, I'm looking for which color I want to use. Let's see here. Let's try, I can't decide. Let's try this pink and see if this works. So I'll have to do this upside down first, but this one is, my affirmation is organization. I am organized. So I'm writing that right on here. Okay, and you can see I wrote that right on there so that I can remember what it was. And actually I had this idea the other day to do a date. So January 2022, so that you can remember later on and maybe look back to something that was going on in your life at the time if you want to add any other words. So, or you can just do a real simple like title in the date, or you can add some other phrases or thoughts if you want to do over in the other space. So that's it. I have I scribble at first, and then I made my mandala, and if you look closely you can see it's definitely very, very simple, nothing fancy. And that's how you can quick do a mandala for journaling. I'm so glad that you watched this video, and I hope you try the process. And let me know, definitely, if you did it and how it went. Thank you so much for being here on my channel, and I look forward to seeing you here in the future. Namaste, everyone.